What is poppin', boys and girls? Welcome to another video. This one is going to be extra spicy because I'm going to tell you why I personally always hated Nightgame as much as the plague. For those of you who don't know these weird pickup artist terminologies, Nightgame is where you go out at night to hunt for wild game, meaning to chase women down the drain to get finally laid once in your life. I always hated it, even though I've had my fair share of approaches out there in the real world. I did every approach that I basically ever had in the open when I was going about my day or in the active pursuit of women. This is just me editing the video. I noticed that I come across as really salty, and I just want to make sure that this is not because I've never been successfully doing Nightgame. In fact, my whole dating life started out doing Nightgame, and I'm not making excuses because I can't get chicks at night. I can, I just don't want to. I just grew out of it, and this video explains to you why. Now, I've been partying here and there, even though I don't drink alcohol or do any drugs for a decade or so anymore. I've loved to party on some festivals. I just liked it, and I've been out. But every time I tried to pursue women, it always went a very strange route because I just do not feel comfortable in a night game environment for dating. Now, if you try to talk to a person, if there's music blasting in the back, everybody's talking, if it's just not a right environment to hear each other's out, then it's a little bit strange. Through that though, I gotta say, I always had the impression that Nightgame is actually especially easy, because if you're decently charming and you carry yourself well, it's very easy to go up to the girl's ear, an excuse to talk to her because you don't want to be screaming. There's already body contact established, and this was something that I always found pretty flattering and interesting, that is able to escalate that fast. Still, I just didn't like it. There's so much about the whole night game culture that just is so disgusting for me that it's not worth for me to waste my time, money, and resources. Because let's face it, when you go out at night, you fuck up your sleep, okay? You come home at one point in the night, let's say 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, whatever it might be, and your night is wrecked. I don't know how much you can sleep after that. Your rhythm is just jacked, and for me personally, I cannot justify sleep deprivation at any point in time. Sometimes it happens, sometimes I'm also with a person of the opposite gender and I don't sleep as well or as much, sometimes I'm partying, it happens, right? But most of the time in my life, the weekends even, I don't sacrifice my sleep for the promise of getting laid. It's for me personally not really worth it. The next thing is, I don't anticipate to meet amazing women when I'm out there partying. Now, let's be fair, there are a lot of beautiful girls out there that just like to dance, that like to be with their friends and just enjoy the party environment. And I can enjoy the party environment as well, but most of the time I don't, because most of the time it's in a club, and clubs are kind of disgusting places in and of itself. Don't get me wrong, I live in Berlin and there are a lot of amazing clubs around, crazy cool clubs with amazing music and nice vibes, but even that, it's not worth for me to sacrifice my sleep, and there are many reasons for it. First and foremost, I'm a very dedicated hobby athlete. I'm not a professional, of course, but I do put a big emphasis on my health, recovery, and training regimen. Second of all, my cognitive abilities. I try to think. I already perceive myself as not being intelligent enough, not being smart enough for many areas of my life, and being sleep deprived only worsens that by a so significant amount. If you don't know about it, sleep deprivation is such a big detriment to basically all areas of life. Of course, if you have a night where you didn't sleep well and you are able to push through and manage to really grind it out, a day with sleep deprivation is not that terrible. But for me, I've also had sleep difficulties in the past, and I just noticed my abilities, cognitive and physical, just decline exponentially the longer I'm awake, the less I manage to sleep. And for me, I just can't compromise that. Apart from that though, it doesn't matter how nice the club is, it is kind of a disgusting place. People on drugs are annoying. I don't like being surrounded by drunk people or people on drugs in general. They are, from what I've experienced, unbearable to some extent. You know, it's fun to be able to be joking around with people, and I'm always sober on festivals as well, and I kind of like being surrounded by drunk people to some extent, but if I'm trying to date them and have some serious conversation interactions, apart from just stupid chit chat, I just feel myself being so insufficiently cared about, so to say, in an interaction. I want the person to be there present with me right here now, and this just isn't really possible in a club and partying environment where everybody's on drugs or piss drunk. Even if they're not piss drunk but just had a little bit of alcohol, I just do not like it. I don't like how inattentive people are in clubs. I don't like girls that drink. I definitely don't like girls that smoke. I don't date women that smoke ever. Maybe I dated like 3 or so in my life, I don't even know, but this is a massive red flag for me. If a woman smokes, she's out of the discussion. I'm not gonna date her, and for me it's just disgusting. I hate the smell, and I don't like my sensory experience during night game. Also, at the end of the day, my brain is shutting off. Like, I don't know about you, but if I try to seduce a person, I need some cognitive abilities. I can't just be like blabbering my way through an interaction. And also the idea of taking someone home after a long night in a club or just other environment is a little bit disgusting for me, because we've been sweating all day, we smell like fucking dog ass, and the last thing I want to do is have a girl in my bed that is smelling. You see, it's a very personal thing, and I just don't like the environment. I don't like people on drugs. I think I've hammered that point home. The other thing I don't like about it is that closing women out there in the night game environment is also not as easy as it is promised by all the lightly clothed women on the scene. What I personally experienced is that women love to play in a night game scenario. You know, they're dressed up to the T. They look the most amazing that they ever look like. They know men are chasing them. Either they're getting hit on all night by random dudes and you're just one of them shooting your shot, which is probably not going to result in anything, or they just love to entertain the idea of flirting with you. You know, it's often the case that they just dangle a carrot in front of you. You're like, hey, I'm right here, maybe you can get with me, maybe you have a chance, I might give you one. At the end of the day, they really don't want to. I don't know about you, maybe you had amazing success. You know, me personally, I always had the feeling that we just playing around, and I'm someone, I just don't like playing around. Like, let's get straight to business. I don't like this whole pretending to like someone that maybe not, and all these things. Don't get me wrong, I managed to successfully chat up women in the night game environment, but I, from the get-go, don't feel comfortable in these environments. I know I'm sacrificing my sleep, I know I'm sacrificing my money and time and whatnot, and if I am personally in a mood that is not good by the environment that I'm in, that I don't like, then trying to hit on someone just doesn't work. And as I told you, I don't even anticipate the women in these environments to be of any substance, to be of any quality. I don't like it. I don't like them. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's a waste of resources. Maybe you think the same. I don't know. If you're out there running around in clubs trying to get laid, maybe think of a better way to spend your life's resources, time and energy, and we can talk about it. If you think I'm a complete buzzkill, leave that in the comments. Feel free. I don't care, honestly. I know my way around the block, so to say. Day game has always been a charm, and I don't need to go into clubs. I don't need to get laid every day of the week, every weekends. I have more sides to my personality. If you're not like that, I feel sorry for you genuinely, because I hate clubs and bars. This is a fucking weird and strange place for me that I don't want to be in, so I'm not. And I especially don't try to hit on women there in a culture that I don't want to be part of. Okay, this was more a why I hate the culture of partying video than actually about dating, but it all ties into another. And I hope you like this video. Maybe you get mad because you like to party. Feel free, hammer it home in the comments if you want. Otherwise, if you liked my thoughts, if you like this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Maybe I upload more in the future. I have no idea, but up until then, peace out. I wish you all the best. See you in the next video, potentially. Bye bye.